Greetings, everyone. Don't adjust your sets. Yes, sir. We are back for a special holiday edition. Guys, I am your host. I am Jedi Joe. I am the one that does the round table. With us as well is the Knights of the Round Table. Of course, the Executive Vice President, Mr. Big L, on one side of me, and then, of course, on the other side, behind this movie magic, we do have Mr. Calibus Rand. He is the one behind the magic, behind the curtain, you might say. So, guys, I'm gonna start off by saying this to you: Merry Christmas. Hope that you guys are getting ready for the holidays in some sort of way. It kind of brings us closer together. Whether it's gifts, whether it's food, whether it's just hanging out, it's all in good fun. But we're also here for another reason, and that's to pay honor to one of our fallen members, a friend. And nobody could probably tell you more about him than other than Calibus Rand. And then, of course, uh, anybody that knew him or knew some of his work will definitely let you have a chance to talk. But I'd like to turn it over to Calibus Rand because him and Gore were probably the best of friends, and he would know more about him than I would. Calibus, thank you.
Well, I'll start it off with this. Big L said he wanted a moment of silence and he wanted the 10 bells. Unfortunately, I couldn't put that together fast enough. So what I do have is this, and it's 46 seconds, and this will be the moment of silence for Gore, and then I will speak a little bit, and then I'll let you guys take it from there. Here we go.
Been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began.
So, I met this young man many times before, living in the Hampton Roads area. He was at Cinema Cafe when I first saw him. And then I met him through work. And the first thing Gore ever did for me, because he started telling me about his airbrushing and everything that he did, was he airbrushed this for me. Now, it's no big secret. I'm a big Star Trek fan. And when he did that, we just started clicking. And then we met up with another young man. We got together and we started role playing. We started role playing Star Wars. Our first character got killed. And I created this other character, Calibus Rand. And every time Gore saw me, he wouldn't use my name. He would always call me Calibus Rand. And from that point on, everything that I did was his airbrushing. He did all my weapons for my Mandalorian stuff and everything else, and we just bonded. We had this great friendship. It was, crazy. Then we met up with Jim Augustine from Yester Toys because Gore was going to work for him. They had their own little spot for Gore in Yester Toys where he was going to airbrush and redesign characters and maybe do some custom work for customers. And they were going to give him his own area to work in. And today's the day I got the call. And I was in bed and his nephew called me and told me he had passed. And it was bittersweet because I got all these memories come rushing in about him, which, of course, gave me a sense of, that's my friend. And then now he's gone. it took me 6 months to really kind of crawl out of, my friend was gone. My friend is missing. And it gets a little hard around this holiday. I mean, he passed obviously 4 days before Christmas. And it's a little hard. But the thing that he was most proud of, we all were together there that day. And we presented a child with one of his Millennium Falcons that he had did. Like this one, except for it was yellow with her own design on it. This is one of the other things Gor did for me. This is the Foxfire. This is my smuggler's ship. And he presented this little girl with this thing, and I'll never forget. He said, "This is why we do this, Calibus. It's not for the money. It's not for the fame. It's to bring joy to people." And his dream for us was not to get rich, but to have our own little store doing what we're doing now, bringing in just enough money to pay the bills, and that was fine with him. But he was so excited that we had connected with the 757 Geek fandoms, because he thought this was the big time. This was it. We're no longer just an entity out there. Somebody knows us. Somebody's helping us. And that day, the last words he said to me was that I was his best friend and he loved me. And, I smiled and I said, "Yeah, man, I love you too." And that was the last words we said to each other. So it was hard. Obviously, the following days were hard. I got up with you guys. And it was just a very, very hard thing to come by. But with you guys, I got through it. Big L took me to the side. He gave me some kind words and he gave me a coin. And, the friendship. Alan, you got to speak at his funeral. And, you guys, for those two things that you guys did for us, it means a lot. You know what I mean? It really does mean a lot to me. And I want to thank you for that. You guys were there for me when I felt like I was alone and not understanding why this had happened. My partner is gone. What am I going to do? And it was to carry on with you guys. So thank you for that. It was one of those things, you know what I mean? And then, of course, I got with the car who helped pick me up and say, "Let's go. We got to carry this on. We got to do this for him." So all of you, you'll never know how much all that meant to me. You'll never know. From you, Alan speaking, from Big L, picking me up and saying, "Hey, I know it hurts, but it's going to be all right." Fantastic airbrush guy. I've got some stuff you guys haven't even seen, or some of the stuff you have seen, but you haven't seen in a while. And it always kills me when somebody says, "Hey, you should put this guy on because he airbrushes real good." And all he did was airbrush a Nerf gun with the same colors. When I say this man was an artist, this man was an artist. There are some of the things behind me, like my Captain Plasma and all this. He redid these. He took them apart. He painted them. He put LEDs in them. He weathered them. These things, you just can't airbrush something and then with the same old colors or bright colors and think that you're an artist. It doesn't work that way. And he was just phenomenal on that end. But you guys are the reason I'm still here. You guys are the reason I'm still doing what I'm doing, for picking me up and helping me with that. So I want to thank you guys for that. Appreciate it.
You are absolutely welcome, sir. I guess I'll start off. So I remember seeing some Millennium Falcons that you had, and noticed that they were painted, and I was interested in one. And you told me you knew someone that would do one for me. And you asked me my colors, and a few weeks went by, and I didn't hear nothing from you. And we talked, and you're like, man, he's working on it. He's really doing you it right. And then it was me, my wife, Big L, and Abby, and you and I believe Miss Jinky. We went to lunch that particular day, and this was the first time I ever met Gore. And the artistic ability of this gentleman was superior. I'm not no stranger of no artistic work. I come from a little bit of a background as far as airbrushing is concerned. This man knew what he was doing. I mean, he took a Five Below toy of the Millennium Falcon, took it apart, put LED lights on it, and as of today, as speaking of today, I have the High Bounty. He told me I had to name it. And that same meeting, he also was negotiating with doing another one for Big L. And then we sat down, we had lunch, and all he was doing was just showing me his phone and showing me all the work and everything that he did. And it was just amazing. The other biggest monumental memory for me was when we presented his Millennium Falcon to Snow, the young girl that had won the Millennium Falcon, and he was so excited. He took me into Yester Toys, and he was like, "Alan, come here, Alan, come here." I mean, he was like a kid in a candy store, guys. I mean, he was just larger than life. And then unfortunately, the passing, he passed away, and it was a tough time. And then a few days later, I asked if I could speak at his funeral. And for a short amount of time, he impacted my life because I knew that we had some similarities. He was very artistic. He liked doing a lot of artistic work or artwork. Come to find out, he's a big Tron fan. I love Tron. And I kind of related him to kind of like the Tron story. He was one person, one way, but yet he indulged himself in his artist work, his fandoms. And I was like, wow, thank God I'm not the only Tron fan out here. So and I spoke in front of people I never knew. There was maybe 2 or 3 people there at his funeral that I knew. Everybody else was a bunch of strangers. But I just remember being beside Larry, and Larry was talking to Gore about what colors he wanted, and he was so involved. He's like, "Yeah, man, just give me a few weeks and get it together, and I'll definitely take care of you." And Larry could probably tell you more about that.
Yeah, that was a very thinking back on it now, it's an emotional experience because we were just coming up with ideas, and we'd already picked out a name. We were going to call it the Rigelian Crest. And I was talking to him, and I was trying to get to know him as a person, and it came down to the simple fact that he wanted to know what I liked. It wasn't about what he thought he could do with it or how he could embellish it. It's what do you want? And sitting there at Chili's, there on Virginia Beach Boulevard, we're just throwing ideas around. I'm like, wow, this guy really knows like how to do certain things. And I gotta say, to this point, to this day, I am a little jealous of you and Calibus because yours are finished. And unfortunately, I never got to see the fruition of mine. That is not a bad thing. That is just knowing that I'll see it one day. I'm sure he's still working on it, and when we reconnect, I'll get it then. But I wanted to say this, or I wanted to know this, Calvis, if he could see now what we of the 757 have done with the Cosmic Portal with you guys, as far as the community events, the way we built our name up and our brand, and we've done things to reach out to each other and support each other in some very hard times. How would he have reacted to it?
I think this is what he wanted. I really do. I think he was just so. I mean, meeting you guys was one of the pivoting turns in what we would say for what we were doing, because I was just making some videos here and there. You know, we were promoting the Cosmic Portal, of course, but it wasn't like, you know, push. You know, we did some stuff here and there. We talked to a few people, and he would have loved it. I mean, this was his thing. I'm telling you, every time that when I told him about you guys, I said, yeah, they invited me when I was with my Star Trek group and it fell through. And I said, you know, I really want you, because you're part of the Cosmic Portal, I want you to, you know, come meet with them. And after that meeting, he was just ecstatic. Man, we made it. This is the big time. And then, of course, when we gave away the ship, because it was Miss Vanessa Townsend that wanted Snow to have her own ship. And Vanessa said, you know, do you think Gor would do that he stopped every other project he had. He had projects going on with Jim. He had projects going on with another toy store. But he stopped that to get this ship ready because Miss Snow was coming down with her family to visit, and he wanted to give her something special. And she wanted yellow as her Millennium Falcon colors. And after that day, he was on cloud nine. Literally, he just would have, the way things are going now, he would have just been like, this is what I was talking about. This is what we needed. Now it's time to go to the next level. It's time to really turn it up and make this thing legit. I think this is where he would have wanted it to go. And, you know, it does hurt that he won't be able to see it as much as I want him to. I know he's, you know, looking down on us, smiling, but it's pretty amazing, you know, because I never thought I would have friends like him. And here I am with a group of people who I love very much. And it's a great experience just to be here with you guys and always sharing this and always pushing this. You know, I met Simon, Big L, and then there's little Miss Liz down there. And of course there's Brad, and, you know, we have Katala from the Proud Warriors of Kronos. So the friendships we build are all interconnected, and they're great. And I think this is what he would have wanted.
Well, I can tell you this, guys. So if you've ever seen any of our footages or pictures from some of the events that we've been to, Gor's ship, which is the High Bounty, it was on my table. And as of January 2023, MarsCon will be the last time I will have it displayed. I will still have his memorial picture and everything that we put up there, because I figure, you know, he's going to be at every con that we go to. That part of me wants him to be there. So also, I'll say this: I learned a new saying from him. And it's kind of funny because me and Big L and Calibus, from time to time, we can all get together and we do what's called the rounds. And we'll meet at different places and, you know, hang out and that sort of thing. So for you guys, if you're ever out from store to store and you're jumping from place to place, remember Gor by doing the rounds. Also, like to thank Drakkar for all the nice words that he's been sharing. And Calibus said it best. It's all about friends, family, and everything. And that's what this holiday seasons is about. So I'm going to switch gears with y'all for a little bit and find out. Number one, thumbs up, thumbs down. Are you ready for Santa? You got those Christmas gifts ready to go? Or are you scrambling for the last minute? Let's see. We got thumbs up for good. We good. I'm kind of like right here. I'm normally the one that waits to the last minute. But other than that, that's good. Let's see. What else do I have for you today in Santa's bag of tricks? So I've had some different things that I was coming up with, and the biggest thing I keep seeing online is tell me, give me a few of them. Tell me, other than the classic, movies and shows, what is one of your favorite holiday movies? Callis, let's start with you.
I knew you were going to start with me. Believe it or not, Batman Returns is one of my favorite holiday movies. I kick it off every year with Batman Returns. And I gotta have my Clark Griswold somewhere in there. And then of course TBS shows it 24/7, A Christmas Story.
Okay, now you're talking. Hey, and you got to give A Christmas Story Christmas a chance. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very good. Peter Billingsley is the little boy that plays Ralphie, but he also did the other one. So check that out. You may enjoy that. Miss Patricia, how about you, darling?
Oh, every time I've been visiting with my daughter, we always want to see the newest Star Wars movie. So Star Wars, yes. Deep Space Nine will be yes. And A Christmas Story is good. And The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Excellent. Nice choices. Nice choices. Miss Liz, how about you, darling?
I really enjoyed The Muppet Christmas Carol. I think they do a really good job. So far, I've watched just about all the ones I normally watch. Both versions of Miracle on 34th Street, the new one and the old one. Let me see. I always watch the various incarnations of Scrooge, because those are one of my favorites. And A Christmas Story, which I've already watched 3 times so far. And I watched Charlie Brown.
Okay. Sound like you got them all down, if you ask me.
Oh, I watch all of them. I have them all on DVD, and I put them in a row, and I watch them. And that's including Rudolph and Frosty and Santa Comes to Town. All the classics.
Oh yeah, the Franklin Blast. Yeah. Nice job. All right, Cy, how about you, buddy?
Of course, I'm going to have to pick everyone's favorite, the Star Wars Holiday Special, which everyone knows that is a masterpiece right then and there. That is the best holiday movie of all time. But
I haven't seen that in years.
You know what? As a kid growing up in Florida, I loved watching the snow. So Empire Strikes Back is always a Christmas movie for me. Seeing the snow. I kid you not. I always loved watching it. I love Die Hard. I always end up watching that. The Muppets Christmas Carol is also one that I always end up watching. And Scrooged. I love Scrooge. That is a great Christmas movie. And let's see, there's one more. I'm trying to remember which one it is. Shoot. I do like one of the Harry Potter movies, or two of them, that have a episode with Christmas in it. I really enjoy those. And
Okay.
I think that's it. There's one more in the back of my mind. I can't quite remember what it is, but I'll come back to you later with that one.
Well, since you brought it up, I mean, let's throw in another one. How about Lethal Weapon? I
Yeah.
mean, shoot,
Yes, it happened
Lethal
during
Weapon was during Christmas time.
Yes, it was.
I haven't seen that one in a while.
Brad, how about you, sir?
Well, I got to go with a lot of the movies already done, but yeah, Christmas Story. I do like the new one, Christmas Story Christmas. I've seen that one. Die Hard, because it's just not Christmas until you see Hans Gruber fall off Nakatomi Plaza.
Yep, that'll do it.
You know,
I've seen some pretty good shirts for Die Hard about that. Last but not least, the man in the center, Big L.
First of all, I'm going to preface this by saying Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. It's a mother died Bruce Willis movie.
Can you explain why both Die Hard movies are not Christmas movies, sir?
Just because they're done at Christmas time doesn't mean they're a Christmas movie. They're a Bruce Willis movie. Now, you cannot watch a Christmas movie without talking about Jack Frost. By all means, it is the best Christmas movie if you want a little bit of music, you want a little bit of fun, you want some nostalgia, you want some tear jerking going on. Jack Frost, by all means, is my go-to. And then I got Prep and Landing. When Prep and Landing came out a few years back, I started watching it and I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And I've watched it every year. I watched it last night, in fact. Prep and Landing is up there high on my list. Of course, you got to watch the classics, of course. I can honestly say, and I am not ashamed to admit this, I have never watched It's a Wonderful Life. And thank God I haven't, because I started to try to see it, and it was... How did people get through that movie? Anyways, but yeah, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, and anyone that says the holiday special is the greatest thing of all time needs to have their head examined. I love you, Cy, but man, I know a good doctor. Give me a call later. We'll talk about
it. Well, I'm going to go on and tell you that I have friends of ours that are in our group, and they may be watching. They are head of the Miss Liz. You got to help me. I can't. It's Richard and his wife that have the Daleks. Excuse me. And he was telling me at one of the Christmas parties I went to that him and his wife will sit down and actually watch that movie to do their gift wrapping, Christmas card stuff, and sometimes that could be on Christmas Eve. So I thought was a pretty good Christmas tradition. The funny thing is the holiday Star Wars special that I like is actually the one that came out last year on the Lego version. I think it has a much better twist. I think the other one is just so boring. It's pathetic. But my favorites are, of course, A Christmas Story, Christmas Vacation. The shitter's full. What can I say? But if you want another good one, Christmas Chronicles. The first one was real good. The second one was not bad. And then, like Big L said, you have all the classics that you just can't go wrong with. So, hey, what can I say? So, guys, my question to you is now This is kind of like a repeat from Sunday, and so now that we have more of a panel of people, we might could get a little bit more in detail. There had to have been a Christmas that you was either a kid or you had your kids, and you came down the stairs or into the next living room, and you just saw all the stuff. There had to be a particular fandom that ruled the day. I mean, it was, besides the last few years of being a Star Wars Christmas, either when you were a kid, for your kids, whatever the case may be, what was your fandom Christmas? I'm going to start with Miss Liz.
Oh, we never had a fandom Christmas. Never, ever had a fandom Christmas. Especially with my dad. No, there would have never been a fandom Christmas because he wasn't into that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing I can remember for Christmas, one of my favorite Christmases, is when I got my first bicycle.
Okay. Then that counts.
That's the only thing and then I always felt so sorry for my little brother. He got his first bicycle and we had 20 inches of snow. Then he got his first sled and it was 80 degrees outside.
Y'all must have lived in Virginia.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
but those
awesome.
Those are the three Christmases I remember the most.
Okay. Not bad at all. Hey, Cy, I know you down in the Sunside State. What about you?
Okay, so first of all, I'm not crazy. My mother had me tested, Big Al, so I'm not insane. The other Christmas special that I wanted to remember was, if anyone remembers the Batman the Animated Series, there was one episode that is a Christmas special, and it actually has the Joker singing that very special Christmas song. And I love that episode. It's really great. It's funny. It has a great message with Batman and Robin and even the Joker. That being said, I have two Christmas fandoms that I remember. One was back in the late 80s. I got a lot of G.I. Joe toys. I was really into G.I. Joe, so I got a lot of vehicles and some figurines. I don't remember which ones. The other one was, I was actually it was in the 90s, and my parents had done, for them, it was exceptionally well financially. They did really well, and so they actually bought me several comic books of Star Wars and Star Wars toys at that point in time, and that was my biggest and best Christmas ever because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Always have been, always will be.
Nice. Brad, how about you, sir?
Well, every Christmas since 1993 has been a Star Trek Christmas because of all the Hallmark ornaments. I have all of them, except for the first one. The one I remember the most though was when I got my go-kart. Thing had, it didn't have a round steering wheel like a car. It had the U-shaped steering wheel, more like Knight Rider, and Knight Rider was on TV when I got my go-kart, so I had my own kit.
Nice. Okay. Not bad. Thank you. Miss Patricia, how about you, dear?
Well, my father was a general in the Air Force, so I grew up in Germany, but when we came back stateside, I was given a lovely double refracting telescope. And of course, always loved Star Trek. So posters, books, everything.
That's cool. And obviously the big flag behind you does give it away too, I think.
Yes.
Mr. Calabas Rand, how about you, sir?
Well, my Christmases have always been either Batman or Star Wars, but to be honest, this is the Christmas. This Christmas right here. And it's still Batman related. So I got a PS5 and I got that Batman Gotham Knight, and I'm ecstatic. I got a lot of video games this year. I got the new Call of Duty, that Modern Warfare 2. I got that. I got the Saber Beats. I got the Gotham game, and I got the system. So hands down, at 52, I have had a child's Christmas, and I'm loving it.
Oh, good. Oh, so you got Modern Warfare 2, huh?
Yes, I did.
Fantastic.
Wasn't expecting it. And it's going to take a lot to get me to learn to play that game, because I went out for 5 minutes and it wasn't pretty.
Last but not least, Big L himself.
Well, much like Miss Liz said, we didn't really have fandom Christmases because we had a big family, and that just, my dad didn't go for that stuff. I did one year get a lot of G.I. Joe and Transformer stuff back in the early 80s. That's my age. But there was one year that kind of stuck out, though, that I'd asked for a Lamborghini. I don't know why I thought that my parents could afford a Lamborghini. I mean, we lived in Firewood Homes. But I wanted a Lamborghini, and my dad promised me, out of a doubt, that I would get a Lamborghini in Christmas. If that I would die hard get a Lamborghini. And I was like, okay. And I believed him. When my dad said he was going to do something, he did it. And sure enough, Christmas morning, I got a Lamborghini. It was a white Lamborghini Countach, but it was a little tiny remote control Lamborghini. And I played with that thing until I literally wore the battery box out. Until I wouldn't take batteries anymore. And I think that's one of the reasons I got in electronics in the first place, is because I wanted to fix it. But I got a Lamborghini for Christmas. I mean, he swore up and down that I was going to get one. And he kept telling me, just remember, holy cow. That's all you got to say is holy cow. Holy cow. Till I finally looked it up. Lamborghini in English actually means holy cow. So, Christmas morning, living in Firewood Homes, I got a Lamborghini. So, I'm good.
Okay. Well, I gotta say, guys, my mom and dad, they were kind of into the magical type thing. One of my biggest moments was The Empire Strikes Back had just came out. One side of the living room was full of Barbie stuff. The couch was full of Star Wars, from figures to the Darth Vader head case to the Hoth Planet play sets, the Millennium Falcon, you name it, it was possibly in my living room. And then, of course, over the years, mom and dad, different things. And then, since some of y'all had some very meaningful ones, I think one of the most meaningful ones for me was I had kind of knew the whole secret of Santa. Mom and dad kind of said to me it was going to be a very, very small Christmas, but you're still going to have something under the tree. I woke up the next morning and I had some clothes. I had 2 Star Wars figures from The Return of the Jedi and a battery powered Pac-Man game that I never put down. I was constantly playing it. And to this day, it sticks into my mind the whole time. Besides the fact that, if you've ever seen the movie Jingle All the Way, and you see where Arnold Schwarzenegger is just running all over the world trying to find this particular toys for his son. I remember my mom and dad telling me that one year they did that trying to find Transformers. And they knew that because I kept telling them, don't get me no damn GoBots. I didn't want no GoBots. I wanted Transformers. So I got just about all of the Transformers I could probably think of besides Optimus Prime. But those were mine.
What's wrong with GoBots?
It's always someone at the round table. I swear, it's always someone starting something at the round table.
That's all they could afford.
Right, Si? Thank you. Hey, no, what happened to Psykill and Leader One? What can I say?
At least they weren't Transmorphicons from the Dollar Tree.
Right?
Oh wow, yeah.
Hey, Joe.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I say one thing? You said that your parents ran all over the place to find Transformers.
Yeah.
My little brother at the time wanted a big bruiser truck.
Mm-hmm.
He has a big bruiser dump truck.
Sure.
They used to make them out of metal now, mind you, not plastic.
Mm-hmm.
And what my parents went through to get a good bruiser dump truck for my brother was epic. Because Dad, they had not been able to find it anywhere. And Dad had to go on a business trip over in California. And guess what he came home with on the airplane?
He found it.
He found one. And man, that thing lasted for years and years until it rusted through. I mean, we definitely got our child. We used to ride that thing down the driveway and everything.
Okay. All right. Well, so now we're going to talk about this, and the Calibus has shown a little bit of this, and I mean, we've all got this particular thing, so we'll see. Here's how we're going to do it. So, do you like surprises and have to wait until Christmas morning, or do you like getting it early? I'm going to say this from the get-go. I kind of like the surprises. I kind of like the, because I had a mom and a dad and my grandmother that would constantly have the video camera on Christmas morning trying to get all the reactions. So the question is, do you like being surprised or do you want it early? Larry, what about you? Let's start off with you, sir.
I don't like to be surprised, but I also don't want to get it early either. So I want to know what it is or have an idea of what it is, but I'm also willing to wait until Christmas morning. I'm very patient when it comes to that part of it. I don't have patience for a lot of other things, but I am patient when it comes to Christmas morning. I think Christmas gifts should be opened up on Christmas morning, just a personal opinion. But I don't want to be surprised either. Like I've been, bugging the mess out of Abigail to find out what the kids have bought me. And I'm pretty well got it all figured out. Like I know I've got a Batman pop somewhere. I know I have a half jacket, like pull up zip. I know I've got that. I'm not 100% sure on either of those, but I'm about 98.9% sure. So, but I'm willing to wait. So I don't like to be surprised, but I am willing to wait at the same time.
But see, since Calibus did this to me, I'm gonna do this to you. But don't that kind of feel like it's just a normal day for you now? I mean, you lost. I mean, it ain't nothing to look forward to. Now it's just a guess, which you probably are going to get it. Wouldn't you rather just say, "Oh, I got a gift for you," but I'm not going to tell you, and now you're going to have to wait for it. The surprise.
No, Alan, I have a gift for you. It's sitting behind me, and you still can't see it.
But see, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking forward to it, so then I can enjoy it.
Well, you'll wait for New Year's, won't you?
Exactly, Miss Patricia. Please weigh in on this type of conversation.
I have always opened up one Christmas present the night before Christmas, just one, and then the rest of them are saved until the Christmas morning.
Now, see, That's the way my mom and dad does it too. Now that I can agree on. Next, Brad, please chime in.
Well, I always like the surprise, but then something would come up like the year I got a keyboard and my dad put it on demo, walked away, and would not let me get up to turn it off.
Okay. Miss Liz,
Nuts.
how about you, dear?
Our family was like Patricia. We got one present on Christmas Eve to open, and then the rest was all Christmas. And I always waited. You know, I wanted the definite. Oh, we got this and we got that, and you know, and I know my little sister had a very bad habit of trying to find out where mom had stuff in the closets and that kind of thing. But
Oh.
I was not that kind. I wanted to wait.
Uh-huh. So you didn't snoop around. Uh-huh. Okay.
No, but I caught my sister trying to do it a couple of times.
Si, do you like surprises or do you got to have it all down?
We like surprises. We always waited until Christmas morning. Actually, in fact, there was no presents underneath the tree until Christmas morning. My parents, it was always Santa delivered the presents, and even as we got older, when the presents a lot more became from mom and dad, and not just Santa, it was always underneath the tree was empty until Christmas morning, and we still do that to this day.
Does it look like that? Nothing
Yeah,
there.
nothing there.
Okay.
Okay. Except for maybe the rare train set when my dad wants to put one up, or presents for the family gathering. We'll put underneath there just to make it look nice.
Okay. Well, I figure I might be the Grinch for cosplay this year for Christmas because I'm going over to Calibus's house and pick me up a PS5, couple of games, maybe a nice lightsaber. So, Mr. Calibus Rand, do you like surprises, or can you wait till Christmas?
I got all this stuff that I got early were surprises to me. I'm like Big L. I really don't care for the surprises. You know what I mean? If you go, hey, I'm sending you something. Oh, okay, cool. You don't have to tell me what it is, but let me know it's coming. Patricia was nice enough to bake me some cookies and some fudge. I got some Klingon stuff. Miss Liz gave me a card, a Lego set. Miss Gray gave me this card. I mean, dude, I was shocked about, like I said, I got a ton load of stuff for Christmas. I have a lot to be thankful for the friendship that I have and for all of you who sent me all of this stuff. I mean, I wasn't expecting nowhere near anything like this year. And for me, Christmas now is for the grandkids. So I'll watch them all in but you can give me my stuff now. I'm good.
Calibus, you hit the head on the nail, and I think everybody on the table will definitely say that Christmas is definitely about the kids. So I kind of feel bad because sometimes me and the wife will be Christmas shopping, and we'll go through the toy line, and it's like, oh my God, if Brandon was young, he would love this. Or if Kimmy was young, she would love this. Or some of our friends, if their kids were young, they would love this. Now it's all gift cards, technology, and money. What can I say? So we also now, through Calibus, that Miss Patricia will be sending us all cookies and candy with a very nice gesture by sending her your email. Just kidding.
If you guys want, I can Double down.
No, I'm not calling you out, dear. I'm just having some fun. But cookies would be very nice. Thank you. Because I'm a fat guy.
For me, I enjoy giving. That's my gift for Christmas. But leave me your address. I'll mail you some.
That is awesome of you. Thank you so much. So, guys, tonight has been a very special night. We've talked about one of the most popular holidays there is. We've had a chance to sit and talk about our fallen friend, and we have relived some moments, and we've also been able to have some laughs, maybe had a few tears. But I think what the main thing is if Gor was with us today, I think he would be very proud. I think he would be one of the Knights of the Round Table for sure. And I'm just very blessed that I was able to meet him. And for the first time in a long time, Calibus, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I am wearing the Cosmic Portal hat that you got made for me.
Oh, with the purple logo, right?
Yes, yes. In honor of him, I was trying to find my shirt, but couldn't find out my shirt has been is dirty. So Calibus had made me a high bounty shirt that I wear at some of the conventions in honor of Gor. So I kind of wanted to share that as well. But guys, this is becoming to our end. What I would love to hear is your final thoughts, and what do you want Santa to bring you for Christmas? Calibus, we'll start with you briefly since you already got everything you need.
I get you. Look, I just want us to have a great year coming in. I hope we can continue to be together doing these things. I'm looking very forward to the conventions and doing everything that we've been doing. And I'm just thankful for all of you.
Thank you, sir. We definitely appreciate you. Miss Patricia, how about you, darling?
Here's to new friends, and may the coming year be better for all of us. And to your comrade who is absent but not forgotten, he's still with you in your hearts.
Thank you. Thank you. That is very, very, very awesome. Let's see, Mr. Sai.
I've got to say, I'm very thankful for having each and every one of you, even if I don't know some of you as well as others. Having this fellow fandom and nerddom has meant a lot to me in these past several months. It's just really awesome finding a group of people that have as much love and passion for the fandoms that I have. It's something I didn't have when I was growing up, and it's helped me out a lot.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Brad, what you got for us, buddy?
Well, as normal, it's great being a member of the round table. It's great meeting everybody. Great seeing everybody this time of year. For me personally, with all the medical issues that I've had in 2022, I'm hoping 2023 will be a better year for me. So,
amen. Amen. Miss Liz, what's that final thought? What's Santa wanting? What do you want Santa to bring you?
I know exactly what I want Santa to bring me, but the very good chances I'm going to have to go out and get it myself eventually when Verizon is not so damn busy. My Fitbit died on me, and I need to get a new Fitbit.
Okay.
Well, I've had it for years and years and years, and this morning it decided to go belly up on me. And it's, and there's no way I'm facing the Verizon store for a new one right now.
I don't blame you.
I'm looking forward to seeing everybody next month and manning the table. And I've already picked out the stuff I'm going to wear because I already talked to Calibus, and he said that my choices are good. And I will definitely bring the the Star Wars bears, Darth Vader and whatnot.
Absolutely.
And other than that, I am looking. I wish it wasn't going to be so damn cold on Saturday. But other than that, I am very happy because my cats are happy, my friends are happy, and I'm sad that my Redskins decided to tank on me. But other than that, I'm a happy camper.
Well, as long as they beat the 49ers, I'm good. I got to win some money.
Well, I would love them to beat the 49ers, but the chances are. I really thought we had a better chance of beating the Giants, and we didn't. So I'll make that my Christmas wish.
Well, the 49ers can't keep a quarterback, so hopefully our quarterback will do it. But anyways, let's move on to this holiday special that we're continuing because Big L looks like he's about ready to come through the screen at me. So, Big L, what does Santa want you to bring?
Well, my nose is itching a lot right now. But yeah. 49ers, I want Santa to bring me a Super Bowl win. Go Niners, bang bang Niner gang. This round table was great. It was nice to reflect back on the celebration of life of Gore, and what he meant to each of us and all of that in the brief amount of time that we may have known him. So I don't ever take anything that I say personally or anything. It's always a joke. It's always in jest.
Of course.
Anything by it. Outside of that, what I would love is a new pair of slippers. The ones I have on are getting old and raggedy. I wore them out today, and I could notice that the wind was getting a little up underneath my toes, and I was like, maybe it's time for that new pair of slippers. So. No, this is great. Calibus, you do have gift as well. Don't think that Alan is the only one that gets hooked up. But and Miss Liz, darling, do you forget what I do for a living? I worked in the cellular industry for the last 26 years. If you need a new Fitbit, just let me know, and I'll tell you the closest place and the quickest place to go get one. You just got to tell me which one you want. Because that's what I do for a living. All right, guys. That's all I got for you.
Well, I have asked Santa for this for years. And unfortunately, maybe it's just too big for a sleigh or not enough room in a sack. But I've been trying to get...
You can't get a divorce. I keep telling you that.
I was getting to something. Hold tight. I was trying to get a life-size Millennium Falcon that works. That hasn't happened yet. And then I was trying to get a nice Harley Davidson with a hot blonde on it with some big boobies. But for some reason or another, I keep getting something else. And I just don't understand it. Part of that is a joke, but yet part of it is true because one year my wife literally went to the Harley Davidson store and bought me a little Harley Davidson that I think I got it in my curio cabinet right now. What I would like to also say is that it's always good to get together with you guys. As Calibus would say, 2023 is going to be the year of production, new shows. With new shows come new hosts. And with that being said, you got to be a part of it in some form of way, whether you're sitting in front of your television screen or whether you're a special guest on there. Definitely keep yourself tuned in. For you guys that are watching, we thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed what we call our little holiday special. Of course, our remembrance of Gor and the great things that he left us and that we continue doing in his name. to Miss Patricia and her lovely candy and stuff. We hope to see that in person. Big L, your leadership has always awesome. Cy, your knowledge of Star Wars is graciously appreciated. I do need to ask you a question about something, so don't leave so fast either. Brad, it's always good seeing you, buddy. We actually was down this past weekend to see your mom. It was so nice to see her. Vanessa's gone. She probably would have said that to you, so I wanted to pass that along. It was really nice to see your mom. Miss Liz, the First Lady of Fandom, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. I look forward to seeing you at MarsCon. My man, Mr. Calibus Rand, the one that puts us so much like stars. Man, I thank you so much for all that you do for us, your family, our gaming, our relationship. I know that none of us can replace Gor, but we hope that we have the same type of energy to keep you going and to keep life the way it is. Guys, that's all I have for y'all tonight. Merry Christmas. Hope you have a happy new year. 2023 is going to be for the fandoms. Hope y'all will stay tuned. Y'all take care.